So I'm going to tell you guys how I invested my first $1,000, and you should be investing your first $1,000 as well. Well, you really shouldn't invest your first $1,000. You should definitely save your first $1,000. But once you get through the saving part and you get to the great parts of investing and growing your wealth, this is how you should invest your first $1,000. But here's my story. So I really didn't start investing until I got a job. Because when I was in high school, when I was in college, I didn't really know much about investing. I knew that I had a little job, and if I wanted to have fun, if I wanted to buy things that I wanted, I had to save for it. Before I actually started investing, I was a decent saver, saving, maybe $100 or $300 a month. But once I started working is when I actually started investing, and I really had no choice because my first $1,000 went to my 401k. If you don't know what 401k is, it's an employer-sponsored retirement plan. So basically, your employer says, hey, we want you to retire. For whatever reason, the employers offer 401ks. Some employers do, some employers don't. My employer offered a 401k, and I put in my 5% so I get my match. And eventually, after maybe a few months, I had $1,000 in my 401k, and then just continue to grow, continue to compound, and like you see in my other videos, now it's at about $75,000 or almost $80,000, and that's only in about 5 years. So even there, that just shows you the power of investing and why you should definitely be investing over saving. Let's be honest, you cannot save your way to being wealthy. If you want to be wealthy, saving will not get you there. You're going to have to invest your money into smart investments, into the S&P 500, index funds, ETFs. You can invest in stocks, a little more risky, but you have to invest your money if you want your money to grow, if you want to become wealthy. My kind of mindset was definitely save. Especially when I got my first job, I made sure that I had automatic savings going to my account. I made sure that everything was automated, and it was going to my savings, but I was not investing as much. Then I realized, like I said earlier, you cannot save yourself to becoming wealthy. You have to invest your money, and that's exactly what I did. So I upped my investments in my 401k first to put maybe 10 to 15% because I want to retire with a good amount of money, with a lot of money in my investments, because I don't want to be working for the rest of my life. So I want to retire at least by 49 or 50. So I made this mindset shift to start investing more money. Let's get back on topic with how I invest my first 1,000. So that's my first 1,000, right? That's invested into my account. That's how I got the $1,000 in my 401k. And now if we're talking about investments outside the 401k, which is a lot more difficult because that's after-tax money a lot of times. Well, I invested my first $1,000 in my Roth IRA. So I kind of made this mindset switch to put less money to my savings and put more money to my Roth IRA for a period of time and less money in my savings account because, like I said, you cannot save yourself to wealth. And I wanted to get this account going. I wanted to max it out, so I had to start putting more money into this account. So I put $1,000 into the Roth IRA, and I invested that $1,000 into FXAIX, which tracks the S&P 500. So basically, the S&P 500 is a collection of the top 500 companies in the US. And when a company is not doing well in the S&P 500, they get bumped out and the next best company comes in. So you can't go wrong by investing it into the S&P, and a lot of people actually prefer it. I prefer investing in the S&P 500 because it's so steady. It's not as volatile as investing into Meta or Tesla or these other stock tech companies. Investing in the S&P 500 is way more safe bet. So if you're going to invest your first $1,000, I'd recommend that you invest it into the S&P 500. You invest that money into your 401k. If you don't have a 401k, then we got to go invest some money into Roth IRA. So that's how I invested my first $1,000. It's very important. And ever since then, that money has just grown and grown and grown. And I continue monthly to put money into those accounts. Don't get me wrong, I still save because I think saving is important. I know some people don't even want to save. They just want to invest everything. But I think saving is important. Having your emergency funds is important. Having some cash is important. So I still do that. But I made this mindset switch to invest my money and not just hold it and not just hoard it in a saving account. So guys, that's how I invested my first $1,000 and I guess my second $1,000. more than $1,000 into my 401k, and then also invested $1,000 into my Roth IRA. So if you get anything from this video, it's that investing is super important, and I want you guys to invest your money. Definitely get a savings, get your emergency fund, but invest your money if you want to become wealthy. If you want to get out the rat race, you have to invest your money because you cannot save your way to wealth. The rate of return on a savings account is far less than the rate of return in your investment account. Keep investing. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next